Chapter 1. Nothing wrong with you. I used to believe something was wrong with me. Maybe you felt that too. It shows up in subtle ways at first. A heaviness in the chest when you compare yourself to others. The voice that whispers, "You're not enough," when you look in the mirror. The quiet shame that lingers after mistakes. For years, I carried this invisible weight. I walked into rooms wondering if people could sense my brokenness. I looked at my past choices and thought they defined my worth. I kept trying to fix myself, as if healing was about turning into someone else. But one day, presence interrupted that story. A moment of stillness. It was a simple morning. I sat in my chair, sunlight pouring through the window, dust floating in the air like tiny stars. My body was restless, my mind louder than ever. Why do you always mess things up? Why can't you just be normal? Why are you like this? The critic inside me spoke with authority. Its words were sharp, familiar, almost comforting in their cruelty. But then something else appeared. Not in words, but in silence. It was as if the sunlight itself leaned closer and whispered, "What if nothing is wrong with you? What if this ache you feel is not a defect, but an opening?" For the first time, I didn't argue. I didn't push it away. I just let the thought linger in my chest. And slowly, something softened. The inner dialogue. My mind, no, it can't be that simple. Look at all the mistakes you've made. Look at how far behind you are. You should be different by now. Presence. And yet here you are, breathing, alive, a human being, not a problem to solve. My mind, but if I don't criticize myself, I'll never change. I'll stay stuck. Presence. What if love, not criticism, is the true fuel for change? What if nothing in you needs to be fixed, only seen, held, and understood? That was the turning point. Not a dramatic awakening, not a lightning strike of enlightenment, just a quiet moment of noticing. I realized that for so long, I had mistaken self-judgment for discipline. I thought shame was motivation. I thought if I could just be hard enough on myself, I'd finally become worthy. But presence revealed a deeper truth. You do not heal by fixing yourself. You heal by befriending yourself. Cause and effect. The trap of brokenness. When you believe you are broken, every decision comes from fear. Cause, you feel unworthy, so you chase validation. Effect, even when you achieve success, it feels empty because you don't believe you deserve it. When you see yourself as wrong, you reject your own humanity. Cause, you hide parts of yourself in shame. Effect, you live in fragments, never whole. But when you accept that nothing is wrong with you, life changes. Cause, you breathe softer. You allow yourself to just be. Effect, healing begins naturally because presence itself is medicine. A story of a friend. I remember talking with a close friend who had been carrying deep guilt. They said, "I just feel like I'll never get it right. Everyone else seems to have their life together, and I'm always behind." I looked at them and said, "Can you see how much you are already holding? Can you see the tenderness it takes just to keep showing up every day with that much weight on your heart? That is not brokenness. That is courage." Their eyes softened, and tears began to flow. Because sometimes what we need is not another step towards self-improvement, but someone to remind us of our wholeness. Wisdom of acceptance. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means no longer fighting yourself. Imagine a child who falls and scrapes their knee. You don't yell at them for being clumsy. You hold them, you comfort them, you let them know they are still loved. Why do we forget to do this for ourselves? To say nothing is wrong with me is not arrogance. It is an act of compassion. It is remembering that your scars, your mistakes, your insecurities, they are not evidence of your unworthiness. They are proof that you are human. Acknowledgement and appreciation. The path of healing begins with 3 gentle movements of the heart. 1. Acknowledgement. Naming what is real without judgment. Yes, I feel sad. Yes, I feel afraid. Yes, this is my truth right now. 2. Acceptance. Allowing what is here to simply be. Not rushing to fix, not labeling it as wrong, just letting it exist. 3. Appreciation. Finding gratitude even in the struggle. This pain is teaching me tenderness. This loneliness is teaching me strength. This moment is showing me where love is still needed. When you walk with these 3 companions, acknowledgement, acceptance, and appreciation, you begin to see that presence is the healer, not perfection. Let it hurt. Let it heal. Sometimes people ask me, but if nothing is wrong with me, why do I feel so broken? The answer is simple. Because you are human. Because life brings pain. Because the heart breaks open to expand. You don't have to deny the hurt. In fact, denying it makes it worse. Healing asks for honesty. Presence whispers, let it hurt, let it heal. Both are part of the same flow. When tears fall, let them. When anger rises, feel it. When loneliness aches, breathe into it. This is not weakness, it is wisdom. Every emotion you allow becomes energy released, space created. A practice for you. Here is a simple practice I invite you to try. 1. Sit quietly for a few minutes. 2. Place your hand gently over your heart. 3. Say softly to yourself, there is nothing wrong with me. I am enough as I am. 4. Notice what arises. Resistance, tears, relief. Allow it all. Do this daily, not as a ritual of fixing, but as a reminder of truth. Reflection questions. When was the first time you believed something was wrong with you? How has that belief shaped the way you see yourself and others? What happens in your body when you say, nothing is wrong with me? Do you feel tension? Release? Both? How might your life look if you lived from this truth? Closing, dear reader, if you take only one thing from this chapter, let it be this. You are not broken. You are not wrong. You are not a mistake. You are a living, breathing expression of life itself. You carry both wounds and wisdom. You carry both shadow and light, and all of it belongs. Thank you for walking this first step with me. Thank you for the courage to sit with yourself, even in the places that ache. I honor your presence here. As we continue, we will walk deeper into solitude, love, surrender, and joy. But remember, the foundation of it all begins here, in the simple truth that there is nothing wrong with you. With love and appreciation, Ruslan Healer.